What's up, guys? We're back out here with the 71 Chevelle SS. As you can see, we have panels off of it and everything is starting to get coated in some primer. I'm gonna take you guys around the car and kind of show you where we are at. I've been working on this like probably 3 days a week, and it's been coming along pretty good. So I want to show you kind of where we're at. All right, so again, we got everything in pieces. Got the fender off of there. We are just kind of sanding down the little intricate areas around here. That's just all dust. Getting ready to just scuff and paint the inside portion. The outside portion we took all the way down to bare metal, and we coated it with some self-etching primer. That was just from a rattle can, so I'll show you kind of what it looks like on the door. So you can still see the body work we had to do through there, but we're gonna go over all this with a high build primer, and I'll show you more of that once we get to spraying. We got all the jams pretty much ready to put some high build primer on. We just got to do some cleaning up in here where some of the old seam sealer stuff was. As you can see though, everything is starting to look really good, and all the sanding and all these intricate areas was very much worth it, because now we have like a perfect surface to start with. So the reason for the self-etching primer from a rattle can is just because we're kind of going through here in little stages and we want to prevent flash rusting. So this is not going to be that big of a problem. It's nice and smooth. It's a little dusty in here, but we can spray all that stuff off whenever we go to shoot our filler primer, and I'll show you what we're going to shoot that with. I did get a new gun. It is a 3M Accuspray, and the tips on these are amazing. I'll set this up later and kind of go more in depth, but the tips just pop off rather than being screw on. Makes cleaning a lot easier. And then of course you've got the cup system with the liner inside, so you've got your measuring stuff on the side. It's the PPS system for the cups, and you've got a liner in there. That way you can either just throw the liner away or clean it up. But yeah, needless to say, I'm very excited to use this, and I am very glad that I purchased this, because this is going to do base, clear, primer, all this stuff. So the tips range from I think 1.3 to 2.0. We'll go over the gun a little bit more whenever we get ready to spray, but I will leave a link to the description for this kit down below, because I think it's very much worth the money. Some of the normal trouble areas, like right through here where the pinch weld is, I went ahead and filled that with some seam sealer, got it primed, and it's ready to shoot. So we need to go up through here and fix some of these spots and just get everything completely in primer, ready to spray. And we've just got some areas like this that we need to cover with some self-etching primer. So, all right, so the wife and the in-laws came in clutch with this GoPro. So this is what's going to be providing the time lapse in today's video. Let me know if you see a difference. I'm excited to try this thing out. All right, guys, we're trying out the audio from the GoPro. Hopefully it turns out all right, but I've got all of that primed up. We've got all of that primed up as well. And we're just kind of moving around to our last little bit here, which is just this door jamb on the passenger side. So, and then just getting all the old weather strip adhesive and stuff scraped out of there, or silicone, whatever it is. And touched up some spots here on the corner, fixed up that section up there, and just kind of blended it into the roof there. And then I went ahead and also sprayed the hood. So if it looks a little streaky, it's because it's still wet, as you can see right there. But once this all dries, it'll be nice and flat. We may even go over it a little bit with some sandpaper before we spray the filler primer on it, because sometimes it gets a little gritty, but actually right now it feels pretty good. So I think first off, we're going to mask up the doors inside these holes and everything. That way we obviously don't spray in there and get the window, because the glass is still in there. So we're gonna mask everything off. Probably end up moving the stand a little bit, but I'm gonna grab the primer and we'll get ready to prime these doors. All right, guys, so we've got our paint cup out. We're using this Deltron. It's by PPG, and it is, sorry, this is kind of hissing right now. It is the DPS 3055, and our gun pressure is set to 30. which is exactly what we need. And we're gonna go ahead and mix in our hardener. You mix this 4-to-1 for a high build primer. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do here in our cup. You got the markings on the side. That's why I love this. And again, there's a liner inside of it, which is even better. So we're gonna get our paint mixed up. We're gonna go ahead and spray probably 3 coats on the doors here. All right guys, so I've got both doors primed up. I actually went ahead and put a 4th coat on there. That's what the instructions say to do. Got both fenders kind of primed like halfway, and I've just got it like fading. We'll go through and clean all that up. That's kind of a better shot of what I'm talking about. We go just below the body line. Then later we'll tilt the fender over on its side. That way we can get primer everywhere. We want this to cover literally almost everything. As you can see though, the doors look really good. I think they got really good coverage. Coming back here to the deck lid, that's just been sprayed like moments ago. So it's still trying to dry, so that's why it kind of looks a little streaky. Once that completely dries, we'll go through and we'll sand it all. Obviously it's gonna be block sanding. This will get rid of all of the imperfections, hopefully. And then I did go ahead and do some self-etching primer around this whole door jamb here. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit more about the gun that I'm using. So basically this tip, you just pinch both sides and you can pull this tip straight out of here, and then it's just a matter of washing this down and then just wiping the needle right there. The cup is pretty awesome. You just stick a liner in there like I was showing you earlier, and then you can fill it up. You just take the liner out once you're done, especially with primer. Other products you might be able to clean it and reuse the liner. Primer dries pretty quick, so it's probably not going to be possible to reuse the liner. Again, the kit actually includes every single tip that you would need to get into painting or to paint an entire car. Has your bigger tips like 1.8, 2.0, that way you can spray this high build primer like we did. And then there are also your 1.3, 1.4, I think 1.6. I might be wrong on a couple of those. But again, this gun will be down in the description. Very good gun. All right guys, so now that this stuff is sprayed on, we just have to wait for it to dry. I'm gonna return and prime the rest of the car, the actual body of the car. Once that's done, we'll actually be able to go through and block sand the entire car. Kind of a tedious process, but that's what's going to give you the best finish. All right guys, I wanted to give you an update on the Chevelle. I think it's coming along pretty good. We should have it in paint in no time at all. So if you guys liked the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also let me know how you like the time lapse in this video, because like I said, I'm using a new GoPro, and some of the audio, like I said, was also from the GoPro. So let me know your feedback. If the audio sounds bad or something, let me know that, and I will not use the audio on the GoPro in the future. All right, other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.